ধরি আমি বাইরে
Okay.
দাঁড়িয়ে থাকি রীতিমতো।
Great. So let's be back. I can only see black boxes.
অনেকগুলো দেখি আমাদের ব্ল্যাক বক্সটাকে নিয়ে আসি, ওটা গেলে আর আসে না।
Okay, fair enough. So, good. I think what I will discuss now is, I was just thinking, is there any topic you want me to repeat? Is there any topic you want me to repeat? So many people were asking me about vision model. Vision model will be done on first, right? The 1st of November, I will be doing vision model with all of you, right? Tomorrow, today and day after, today and tomorrow, right? Let's go through any other topic that you want to. So let me again go through absolutely the first topic, or okay, let me take the opinion of your opinion. What is that you want me to discuss or repeat?
এখন বলা যাবে না, আমরা রিভাইজ করে চলে। আমি তো এখন বলবো।
Anyone? Okay, let me teach you something new. So many of you are interested regarding hypnosis, right? So I will probably, what I will do is, I'll let you know. So those who are the students of metaphors of movement, they were already aware. World's fastest hypnosis script. World's fastest hypnosis script. This is developed by Stephen Brooks. Stephen Brooks. So I will first introduce a concept called truism. What is truism? Truism is whatever is a fact is a truism. And truism is being used in hypnosis. Because hypnosis is basically the subconscious, right? The subconscious, you can access subconscious. Now, one of the ways that subconscious is accessed is by yes steps or acceptance steps. Yes steps or acceptance steps. What are they? What are those?
Dada, what is it? Yes?
Yes or acceptance. Yes or acceptance steps. So for example, if I tell you, as you are listening to my voice and looking at me, they are facts. Can you say no to it? It's a fact. So when the mind is now saying yes to you, as you are looking at me, yes, I'm looking at you, and listening to my voice, this is another yes. So what the acceptance or the yes steps does is prepares that other person to agree to what you say post the truisms. So how does it go? As you listen to my voice and as you are looking at me, these are truisms, right? Got it? and then follows the suggestions. But how will it follow? It will follow like this. As you are listening to my voice and looking at me, and as you are looking at me, you would now focus on what I say next. And as you focus on what I say next, you would also focus on what we have learned during the day. And automatically what happens is you start doing those things. So the formula for fastest hypnosis is truism 1 followed by truism 2, truism 2 by suggestion 1, then suggestion 1, suggestion 2.
ওয়ান বসবে, নিচেরটাতে সাজেশন ওয়ান বসবে।
Clear? So one of you, can you tell me? So I just thought, let me give you something which I just thought might be interesting to you. So can someone talk about some truisms? Share 2 truisms. Everyone write 2 truisms.
We will write.
Write 2 truisms. Just write 2.
Huh? এত ভালো হয় কি করে? একসময় কি
এটা নিয়ে যাও, আমি এনে নেবো।
না, আমি মাখি না, তোমরা নিয়ে দেবো। আমি মাখি না, দেখলাম কেউ মাখলে ভালো লাগে।
সারাক্ষণ লাগে, ভীষণ বাতি
অত ভাই খেলে রংটা উঠে গেছে।
প্লাস্টিক,
এটা প্লাস্টিক।
ফেলে দাও না, এই বেগ জিনিসটা পড়তে সারাক্ষণ বারণ করে সবাই। হ্যাঁ, দেখো না, আমি সোনা কেনার পয়সা নিয়ে গুলোর উপর পড়ে আছি, যেটা পড়বে
এই
original
তলায়
পড়বে।
তো মায়ের জন্য এটা পড়তে হয়েছে, জানো? মা বলছে পর রেখে দিই,
পড়ো।
আমার অফিসে শুধু সবার জন্য আমি পলা পড়েছি। মানে রিতু আবার পলা শাখা পড়বে কেন?
আমরা তো মাকে কিচ্ছু বলতে বলিনি, মার মনেও হয়নি। বাবা
মা,
চলে
আমার
যাওয়ার
মায়ের
পরে
একটু শিখতে, মানে দেখতে ইচ্ছে করে আমাকে বারবিলিয়ান উইথ শাখা পলা।
Excuse me, sir.
মাদের ইচ্ছে করে।
Sir is not here. He just
Okay.
went out.
Okay.
ও ফেক জিনিস বলতে আমরা ইমিটেশন তো সব
আমি একটা পড়ি না।
Completed 2 truisms?
Yes.
Okay. Someone from the online, can someone share the 2 truisms? Yes, Ravina.
Sir, no, sir. Actually, truism is like which is happening in the present or
Yes, happening in the present. I gave you two examples. As you are listening to my voice and looking at me, these are truisms.
మళ్ళీ చూస్తాం క్లాస్
Venkataramu?
Yes, sir. Shall I tell?
Yes.
Okay, so it is actually stating out the facts. As I can see, the board we have written like tourism 1 to tourism 2. That is the and also as I can see the light in the room, and also as I can hear my kids speaking in the next room.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Shortna?
Dada, for me, I am attending the training session. My mother do something in the room with dress and
Okay. Good. Good. Anyone else? So you are understanding what is truism. So truisms, can I say no to truisms that this is not a fact? I agree to all the truisms. When I agree to all the truisms, what happens is I am getting prepared for any suggestions that comes, and I might accept it. High chances are that I accept it. So the suggestion, so this is the world's fastest hypnosis script. And you can use it at any point of time to make someone agree to you. And this can be a cell script also. And this is used in cell scripts very, very often. So as you know that I have come to you with this offer. And as I've come to you with this offer and speaking to you regarding your benefits, you might wish to think how you can proceed with my offer. And you can also wish to think how this can benefit your family. Right? So this cell script, this is a good cell script which you can use. And when you say that, the person goes in a trance. You are accessing the subconscious and he has said twice. So two yeses have already told to him, and now you are suggesting to him. Can you close the window? You are asking that person to close the window. It is just as a question, it's a suggestion. Or it's a command also. Can you please close the window? Although this is a request, it's an order also, isn't it? So these are some linguistic interventions that can help you understand how to influence people. Okay, let me ask you something more that can help you, and then I will get into the revisions. How do you make a person? So I don't know mathematics. How can you make it miss this particular statement full of hope? Or you can add possibility to this statement. How can you add possibility to a statement, say, I don't know, hypnosis? Any thoughts?
what perfect television.
Sorry, Mama? You said something?
Yeah, people here. So is it
We
like
can't hear you.
now?
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to know
you
that
are
statement that you just said. I heard it.
You didn't hear it. That's what you said.
What was the statement?
Yes. I don't know hypnosis.
Oh,
How do you make it a statement which has possibility? Which sounds more positive.
You are a great candidate to learn hypnosis.
You are
A great candidate to learn hypnosis.
no. You talk about yourself. Say, for example, Ituki is saying, I don't know hypnosis. So how will Ituki make it more positive or full of possibility? Or statement with possibility?
So shall I answer?
Hmm.
I don't know hypnosis yet.
Absolute. I don't know hypnosis yet.
If I want, I'll
So
learn.
I don't. Sorry.
Yeah. If I want, I will learn.
Yes.
Or Patrada, you may teach.
No. The statement.
Statement. Okay.
So yes. So yet is a word which adds possibility to any negative statement.
Yes.
I have not been successful and I had not been successful yet, which means the possibility of success is there. There is a possibility. It gives me hope.
For the timing, I don't know, but in future.
So a great book to read is Carol Dweck's Mindset. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you would find there are about 60 Sunday sessions I have done of around 1 year, 1.5 years. I've done about a little more than 70 Sunday sessions of 1 hour. There are a couple of sessions on mindset. And one session is on Carol Dweck's book, Mindset. And if you want, there is a session of mine also on self-hypnosis. So you can just go to Mind Vantage, which is my YouTube channel, and then you can search for self-hypnosis and you can watch it. It's for a 1 hour session. Okay, fine, great. Good. Let's now get into something different. How many of you heard my stories? What are the stories that I told you today? What are the stories I told you today?
Sir, the book author is Carol Dweck.
Carol Dweck. Dweck.
Okay.
He has done some good work with the University of Pennsylvania also, with the group of positive psychologists and Martin Seligman. So they have done some good work. Okay, fine. So what are the stories did I share with you today?
The lion and the cub was
The lion and
which
the
will
wolf.
yeah.
And so what do you get out of the stories that I shared with you, the lion and the wolf? What is the story? What is the moral of the story that each one of you have got? So why are stories important? And why are stories? So how do stories influence us? Or why do stories influence us?
Like how belief affects us, holding on to a belief.
Yes. So is belief a left brain or a right brain phenomenon? Left brain or right brain? Beliefs?
Yes.
Are beliefs logical? Are beliefs logical? Yes, no? Yes, no, maybe.
No.
Beliefs are not logical. If they're not logical, what brain phenomena will it be primarily?
Right.
Right brain.
Right.
So when you tell stories, right? When you tell stories, they're right brain because they're metaphorical. And the messages that you get will definitely work on you at a very subtle way. And everyone's morale will be different, right? So they generally being told. As I told you, this book, My Voice Will Go With You. It has books, it has stories about Milton Erickson. Milton Erickson had polio, and he was being told that this boy will not live beyond today. He's going to die before today. So he told his mother, the room where he was, he told his mother that there's an almirah, please shift that almirah. And he wanted his mother to shift the almirah till the time he was completely satisfied. And in one of his stories, he mentioned that I asked my mother to shift the almirah till a certain point where I could see, I ensured that I could see the sunset, which means that I have not died. That's a belief. That's a presupposition that leave the window for me to see the sunset, which means it's a presupposition I will live beyond today. So these are belief statements. These are beliefs. They bring out the beliefs in all of us. So one of the work that NLP does is working on beliefs. And I have given you a lot of information about beliefs, lot of information. And I think this information will really help you in understanding how to work on beliefs. One of the great ways of working on beliefs is definitely stories. Is definitely stories. Right? So I use this, I said two stories. One story is about the lion and the wolves, and the second story is about who remembers?
Dead man?
Dead man was yesterday.
Days.
Dead man was yesterday. The court story. That was yesterday. Today? Venkataramu, Pravina, Imama, I told you about the girl who used to come first in class, and everyone thought that no one could better till someone else from outside joined, and she started beating this first girl. And then others also believed, okay, this girl can be beaten. That's another story I shared with you. Keep these stories in your mind, and you never know how it might just work on your beliefs. Make sense? Okay, fine. So let me start revising some of the things. So what all, anyone can tell me anything that you want me to revise, anything. Because tomorrow there will be a load of information. There will be anchoring, there will be explanation of some of the coaching explanation, the structure of coaching that will be explained to you tomorrow, which I will link with neurological levels. So what else? What do you want me
Just
to
a
cover?
reminder, it is just a
Gestalt.
No, Gestalt is one. You told that today you will discuss about. In one session, you will do it power of pause.
Power of
Pause.
pause. Yes.
You told me.
Okay, I'll discuss it now. So if there is no one who wants to discuss anything, I will tell you about the power of pause. So what do you think a pause is? What do you think a pause is? What is a pause?
Time given to think over.
Time given to think over.
Yeah, that is a field where you can think or analyze.
Or analyze.
Stop for some time.
Okay. Sorry? Yes, Imama?
Or create.
I said, stop for some time. Pause.
Talk for some time. Okay, but how does pause help? How does pause really help?
Creations.
So, first let me speak about pause in a session or pause in any conversation, the power of pause or the power of silence. Right? How many of you have heard silence? How many of you have heard silence? All of you have heard sounds. You have heard water, some sounds of waterfalls. How many of you have heard silence? All of you have heard silence. So how can you hear silence? Give me an example of how you heard silence.
For me, when I want to hear silence, it is more more about me analyzing the situation my way. That why the silence has a meaning. Every silence has a meaning. So maybe it can be like agreement, it can be disagreement, it can be that a person where the talk of was happening, there is some kind of a thought.
By the way, by silence, I also mean silence in my mind. By silence, I also mean no internal dialogues. Silence, I don't mean silence. I'm not talking about pause, I'm talking about silence.
Yeah, just before meditating, we have that state where you can hear silence because you're trying to focus, and once that focus comes and you start actual meditation, I think that time you can hear a lot of silence. I can.
Okay. What else? So, what is silence? Silence, by silence, don't mean that, outward noise only. I also mean inward silence, where you do not have an internal dialogue. So, one of the ways you can hear silence is when you do not have thoughts. So, for example, if I close my eyes, right, on my left side is absolute silence. And I'm not thinking of anything, but there is a sound of the right side. So, silence means when there is no internal dialogue, also. When there is no thought. So how can you be thoughtless when there is no chatter in the mind? How do you do it? We have 16,000 to 60,000 thoughts in a day, or rather maybe 6,000 to 60,000 thoughts in a day. That's quite a lot of thoughts, right? If it is 60,000 thoughts in a day, in 18 hours, how many thoughts in an hour and how many thoughts in a minute? Lots of thoughts, right? So silence, primarily when you hear silence, when you experience silence, you do not experience any sound and you are not focusing also on your inner dialogues. There is no inner dialogue at that point of time. One of the ways to do it, right, is just to focus your mind on the space between the eyebrows. And there will be complete silence. You will not have internal dialogues also. When you focus between your eyebrows. Okay. Okay, so that's about silence. Pause, how does pause help? Pause in any conversation is very strong. Why? Because pause allows you to gain strength. And pause, how do you gain strength? You gain strength when your mind gets the answers. All of you are aware that in a coaching conversation, I do not know if all of you have done coaching or many of you have done, many of us have not done. Whenever you are asking a question to someone and they are thinking and they answer, just pause. Don't say yes or no and see what happens. A pause gives an opportunity not only to think, it gives you enormous power during conversations. Say, for example, I'm speaking to someone and I say, is it okay? And they say, yes, I still pause. Which means that, I'm having a control on the conversation. See, there is a pause now. Pause in any conversation gives you great power. Even after a question, you get the answer, just pause. How many of you have tried pause during coaching or during a conversation? If not, please try it. It gives you complete power and a lot of strength. Even when you are the underdog and the people are pressurizing you, a pause can make all the difference. Also, pause helps you to access your subconscious. Right? So when I say, for example, I'm speaking and suddenly I pause. You're thinking what's coming next. And you're waiting. And this pause also to the medical, we have people from the medical fraternity over here, they would be knowing that the reptilian brain, the emotional brain, and the thinking brain, information reaches our emotional brain first. And the people who are whose emotional instincts are very high, or emotional responses are very high, you will see people shouting suddenly, or getting impulsive, or crying suddenly, or breaking down suddenly. Their emotional brain is very strong. Now, what happens is the information, correct me if I'm wrong, Sharna and Rituki, when the information passes from the emotional brain to prefrontal cortex, right, it is one-way traffic which is going. Now, it is the prefrontal cortex, the communication between the prefrontal cortex and the amygdala. The prefrontal cortex secretes GABA. Gamma aminoelectrobutyric acid. Is that right? GABA full form. Did I say it right? I don't know. Now, what is the role of GABA? GABA has an inhibitory property. GABA inhibits the emotional impulse, right? And the working of GABA can be greatly influenced by sound, by humming. And when you pause, you allow the prefrontal cortex and the GABA to inhibit the emotional impulse. So pause, silence, and just being silent from inside can help you a lot. It's not always important to answer anything. Sometimes it is, the replies can be given even without words. So that's what I wanted to cover anyways. But yes, so let me go back to the communication model once again. Now, can someone explain to me the communication model which we discussed on the first day? Ravina, Sharna, Ranjana. Ranjana was not there. Venkataramu.
When was I not there?
First day.
Yeah. I was there half.
Ah.
There was a puja.
Can anyone explain the communication model? Yes, no, maybe, very good. Okay, how many of you are watching the recordings? You're watching? Very good. Pravina, okay.
I put it
Pravina
at
and
the highest
Arumani.
speed.
Sorry?
I put it at the highest speed so that I can finish. So that I've not started taking notes. I will write the notes later. But
Okay, by the way, if anyone wants, I can share the AI companion notes which are there for the Zoom.
please do
I
that.
don't know whether that is of help.
Yeah, please do that because I use something called Craft Notes. I put it there, but after 2-3 hours, it just refuses to take in more data. So it
Ah.
becomes slow.
So let's see if I can send it to all of you in the group. Put it, then I will send it. So it has all the transcripts.
Yeah, that is
Not the
better.
transcript. It has the transcript and it has also the summarizes the entire. I don't know whether that will be help,
The
but
Zoom Balana, the one
sorry,
that comes with Zoom.
it comes with Zoom.
That will be big help.
In fact, before my next practitioners, for the next practitioners, which is from 22nd January to 26th of January, I'm already in the way of preparing the pre-reads, which will be pre-reads and then and some of the pre-reads which I have shared with you is a part of my process of the pre-reads. And yes, and so this transcripts, I don't know how useful it is, but I think it will be useful. And if you transfer it into a Word file, it can really probably help you, because I tried it with some of the meetings and it is really very good.
Yeah, even
Meetings
we
do
do
not
that.
end.
All the meeting, MOM and all, you can finish very quickly.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. So let me go to the communication model and let me once again revise certain topics. So I think before tomorrow, before we get back tomorrow, we will be.
Agamoni will describe.
Agamani?
Agamoni হাত তুলেছে।
Okay. Agamani, please.
Communication.
You want this picture to be there for you?
Yes.
You want to come ahead and explain? Come. It will be a good practice for you.
I have to check my notes.
Okay. Yes, you can tell us. The youngest participant.
So when we were discussing communication models, we primarily talked about backups, which were the 5 senses. Like language is the code for a neural linguistic programming. So language is not just communicative language, it also includes the 5 senses and how we are decoding the 5 senses into also a code or a language. So the backup is visual, auditory, kinesthetic, olfactory, and gustatory. So whatever information that we are gathering through our 5 senses, we are actually storing the information. As we receive the information, we store it, and then we decode it and we process it, and that is what is leading to our behavior or how we are reacting to the situation. So, and this behavior or is the observable behavior, and the language that we are using can be verbal or non-verbal. So, like how we are processing the communication model is by these 4 methods, which is calibration.
No.
Okay.
So these are the skills.
These are the skills, yes, that we use these 4 methods to decode how we are.
Not these 4 methods, these 4 are skills. So how do we, so my question to you is, how do we process? When the processing happens, how does it get processed? So primarily, there are filters, right? And what are the filters? The filters are meta programs, right? The filters are the beliefs, filters are the values. We have memories, experiences, attitudes, these are our filters. So basically the sensory inputs are being taken and processed, right? Language is the code of communication, right? How we decode our sensory inputs into communication. And the programming is how the entire processing inside our mind happens and how do we put it in a format. That is all the programming does. So when this was done, actually, the human mind was compared to the computer. So the way it programs, neuro-linguistic programming also programs, and that is how we understand the communicative model. Great. So what are the 4 skills that we have learned through NLP? So Ituki, you might wish to focus because this is what we did on the first day in the beginning. And this will help you in accessing the recordings and also understanding. So the 4 skills which the NLP helps us to develop is calibration, Then we have pattern detection, rapport building, and state elicitation. Now, all of you have seen the importance of calibration through different modes, right? All of you have experienced how calibration is important. So today, when I was working with Ranjana, you saw that how you probably felt that it's really important for the calibration to happen. So when Ranjana said about certain issues, through calibration, through language, through her belief structure, it was found out that it was not the behavior which is the issue. So behavior or a capability, that's not the issue. The issue is with
Belief.
belief. And the belief is something which we worked on when we went higher also, the purpose. Right? It went up to higher also, purpose. So pattern detection, when we understand pattern of what is a pattern, all people, most of us have habitual patterns. And these patterns are expressed through language and through behaviors. These are repetitive behaviors or repetitive use of language that we have. The next one is rapport building. What is rapport building? Building up rapport means it is actually building up a relationship or a bridge of communication with the other person. Right? Wherein the agreement is higher, and we also will touch upon rapport building, how we do rapport, and the concept of pacing, mirroring, and leading tomorrow will take about 45 minutes to 1 hour, and we'll understand how we build rapport, the process of rapport building. And finally, we have state elicitation. What do you mean by state elicitation? State elicitation is the way you build up or you elicit a particular state with a particular state Just give me a moment.
ডাকবো কাউকে?
Sorry, the projector went off.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening.
Sir, চলে এসেছি স্যার।
Good. You raised how?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, let it work. So state elicitation is when you can elicit a state in any person on demand, right? So that is state elicitation. Now we also learned that NLP primarily these 5 elements: language, soma, which is body, internal processing, psychogeography and mental space, and time. These are the 5 ways in which NLP helps us to learn, right? So language is something linguistic, we have already understood. Body is our body language, our breath, the way we use our body communication or our body language in communication. Internal processing, you all of us know that NLP is how we do what we do. It is a study of subjective experience, and NLP is also a subject of modeling. So modeling is primarily understanding the subjective experience. What is subjective experience? How we do what we do. What do we mean by how we do what we do? What do we mean by that? I gave you an example of Pravina, how in fact today also when we were working, I think with Ranjana or with whom were we working? Abhishek or Ranjana? Just a minute, I'm getting the strategy part. So that will help you to understand better. Where is it gone? Yeah, got it. Because it's going in sequence, it will help you. So if you see visual internal, kinesthetic internal, auditory digital, kinesthetic internal, kinesthetic external. I think this was Pravina's, right? Pravina? Was this yours?
Yes,
Strategy?
sir. Yes, sir.
So she thinks of something, visual internal, when she visualizes something, that creates an internal feeling, which is KI. She makes an internal dialogue that this is, I'm not enough or something. That leads to kinesthetic internal feeling, and this is kinesthetic external. Right? I think this is one second. This is of, sorry, this is Imamas. This is Imamas. So so we worked on this when we were working on the limited belief, or sorry, the bad habit of Imama having a Coke just after breakfast. So how she does it? How she does it? This is being explained here. And how she does it? She looks at the breakfast, the plate. She finds that there are only 3-4 bites left. Visual internal. The feeling arises that I need to have Coke now. Kinesthetic internal. Right? The moment there is a feeling, she thinks now I will have to have the Coke. She turns around and she moves. Once she has that feeling, she opens the fridge, kinesthetic external, takes out the Coke and drinks. So this is the strategy that she has. Now, we did swish with her, right? Is that right? We did swish with her. And in that swish, now probably this pattern will change. We can also do one thing, which is a different technique. When she is taking visual internal, if there is something now, the programming, the coding can be changed. So instead of the kinesthetic internal, if we may play a music which is very fast or something, and that creates a different internal kinesthetic internal feeling, this pattern can also be interrupted. Right? So pattern interruption can also be used for breaking habits. We interrupt the pattern. Say, for example, if tomorrow, I ask Papri to start the session, instead of me starting the session, that's a pattern interrupt. There's a different experience that you will be having. Similarly, how we do, this is the example of how we do what we do. Right? How we do what we do. Fair enough. And as I shared with you, the LSIPT, language, soma, internal processing, psychogeography, time, and mental space. Now, the filters that we spoke about, the most unconscious filter, what is that? What is the most unconscious filter? Shorna, which is the most unconscious filter. Pravina, which is the most unconscious filter.
The meta programs.
filter.
The
Meta
meta
program.
programs.
Very good. Very good. So what about meta program? The meta program filters, they are, first of all, most subconscious. All meta programs are contextual. They have continuity, they're sliders. So it's never that I'm only this and only that. We can do a mixture of this and that also.
Not a binary, it is continuum.
It's a continuum. It's not binary, it is continuum.
I see.
Right? So it's subconscious, it's most subconscious. We do not know unless we are working on it. And then it is contextual and there is a continuity. Right? So meta programs. Now in meta programs, we have various meta programs which are there. What are the meta programs that we had learned? Towards and away. Towards and away are the motivational filters. Most of our beliefs are towards and away. They are the motivational filters. And then the second meta program is small chunk and big chunk. Okay, let me explain what is towards and what is away. So for example, if I go to a gym, I might be going to a gym for two reasons or many reasons. Two of the reasons could be losing of weight and remaining fit. If I'm going there to remain fit, then I'm going for there towards fitness. And if I'm going there to lose weight, then it is away from weight. That is towards and away. These are called motivational filters. Then we have the small chunk to big chunk, which means small chunk is the smaller picture in minute details. Big chunk is the bigger picture. Say for example, if someone asks me, you had been to this place, how was that place? And if I tell them there's the bigger picture, it's a great place, it has good communications, and I liked it because the people were very friendly, period. The small chunk people will give an elaborative answer. They will give a description of the place. They will make them understand what the people are like. They will make everyone understand what food is available there, what is wrong, what is right. They will give an explanation of that. So that is primarily small chunk and big chunk. Okay, can someone explain to me what is external and internal? Who will explain to me what is external and what is internal? Anyone can explain.
দাদা এই যে in case of Ranjana Di said that her going to gym is precipitated by her family member. These family members are external.
Yes. So Ranjana focuses, as far as gym is concerned or this habit is concerned, more on external decisions, right? But when she goes to a restaurant, she is more internally referenced. But as far as the practices of losing weight is concerned, she is more externally referenced. Correct. So when I depend on the appreciation of others and they really impact me, I am externally referenced. If I go by how I feel, I am more internally referenced. Right? So it's like that. Match mismatch. So I think we had an elaborate discussion on match mismatch. So primarily match mismatch is, if you see, whether I find similarities or I focus on differences. There are a lot of people who focus on differences. There are a lot of people who focus on similarities. So that is match mismatch. Wherever you want me to explain to you, please stop me.
You told this particular to understand the relationships
Relationship.
where it is their match mismatch is coming.
Yes. So, for example, if I say, for example, if there are a lot of people who would say, "Did you meet that person?" "Oh, yes, I met. He's very different from me."
Mis-
Right? And there will be a lot of people who will find matches. The people who find matches, their relationships also are, the rapport building is better. Then we have self and others. Whether I'm interested or focused more on self or focused more on others. Again, it can be contextual.
Always.
Options and procedures. Say, for
Sir,
example,
one
someone
second.
has given me a work. I say, okay, let me find out ways and means of how I can improve this. Right? An example, I can give a very good example that, my NLP sessions, my classrooms, they are basically more optionals. I don't follow a particular process. So it is more free flowing. However, when I plan of my training dates, I'm very procedural. So like I remember exactly now in December and January when my training sessions are there. Right? It is like that.
Or
What-
when we plan a trip,
Huh.
we have to be procedural.
We have to be procedural?
Yes.
Acha, according to whom?
No. When we are planning buying tickets, fixing.
I know some people who are absolutely not procedural.
Okay.
Very optional. They
Then
decide not.
contextual.
Contextual. So for example, I decide that we will go now. And I go. There are many people. Hey, you want to go to this place today? No, not today. But chal na, now it's night, 1 o'clock. So what? Uber is available. Let's go to the station. Which train you will go for by? I can take any trainer. Train ka kya hai yaar? All 5 of us are there. Let's go. You take a train and go. So there can be options. There can be procedural.
Context.
Right? Yes.
Excuse me,
In
sir.
time and full time.
Sir,
Yes. Who
is
said?
self and me, Praveena. Is self and others also more like external reference and internal reference? Self or others?
No, not really. Not really. Say, for example, I can be very internally referenced and I can look into the interest of others.
এইখানে আমারও প্রথমবার গন্ডগোল হয়েছিল সেলফ আদার্স আর এক্সটার্নাল ইন্টারনাল
So self and others means where am I focused? I'm focused on the value of others or value of self. When I'm more focused, so externally and internally is when the appreciation, the focus of getting appreciated or getting recognized is there. Someone does not recognize me, I feel very bad. In that context, I was externally referenced. But externally referenced person can also look into my own self. I know people like that. Finally, we have the in time and through time. In time is when the timeline passes through us. Through time is when the timeline is in front of us. When it does not pass through us. Well, it will not pass through us. It can be in front of us, or it can be above us, or it can be at the side. It can be like that. Right? So these are meta programs. So this is an example of in time, through time. So in time, the timeline passes to that person. Through time, it's in front of the person. Right? Future, present, past. And mostly for through time, past is in the left. Okay, let me pause here. Any questions? Any questions? No
Sir, you
questions?
said for in time people, the past is on the left. For in time.
In time, the past,
Okay.
no. So for in time people, the timeline passes through them, with them
Okay.
being in the center in the present.
Okay.
For through time, it is in front of them. Mostly we have seen, at least in this classroom, through time is left is mostly in the past.
Okay.
And there is another
Sorry?
between times.
There is also between time. So between time is when people flip-flop between in time and through time.
So can you give another example of self and others?
Okay. So when I go for a outing, I find that I've gone to, I say, for example, people have sent me that get the vegetables and groceries and whatever food you want, you get it. I go and I do not ask anyone what to bring. I bring as per my convenience, my vegetables of my choice, food of my choice, I bring it. So that is a particular, that's an example of self. When I go, the same person when they go, they ask everyone, okay, what should I get? What should I get? What should I get? Acha, all of you. Someone says, Are, you don't like this. Well, it's okay. All of you have, I will also have. Let's enjoy first. So that's an example of others.
Another seat.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. And then we discussed about non-verbal body language. Sorry, non-verbal language.
When you put a behaviors are contextual.
Sorry?
5 W's, one each.
Behavior is contextual, yes. Volunteer. Suddenly.
বসে যাচ্ছে
Oh. So this is non-verbal language. Non-verbal language, there is an acronym which I had shared.
5
Right?
W.
No. The acronym of the non-verbal language is COPACT.
Compact.
KOPPACT. So language, speaking, and these are non-verbal. So there are 7 types of non-verbal or 7 types of non-verbal language. One is kinesthetics. Kinesthetics is my body movement. Oculesics, eye movement. Proxemics, the space that I use between one person. Paralanguage is the tonality. Artifacts is my dress. Chronemics is the time, sense of time. I can communicate through my sense of timing also. Finally, tactilics, touch. KOPPACT. That's non-verbal language, right? And then we studied meta models. Meta model. So when we study Milton model, this is a very nice story which I want to share before I get into meta model. So when Richard Bandler and John Grinder, they were going to the therapist and they were sitting in front of them, understanding their patterns. They were seeing that Virginia and principals, they were asking a lot of questions, they were finding a lot of techniques, and they were improvising. When they went to Milton Erickson was not at all asking any questions. Not at all any questions. He was just making statements, and most of them were stories. Most of them were stories. And they found that Milton model is just the opposite of meta model. So meta model, what we do, so I'll explain to you, listen to this carefully. In meta model, what do we do? Generally, when we use language or communicate, we move from the deep structure to surface structure. And while we move from deep structure to surface structure, there might be meta model violations. Because we delete, distort, and generalize. If we want to know more about if you want to retrieve the deletions, find out what the distortions are, know more about generalizations, we ask meta model questions. Milton model just does the opposite. They use deletions and distortions and generalizations, and actually they use vague language for the people to make out the meanings for that. And when people want to make out the meanings of any vague things, right, of any deletions, what they will do, they will find their own meanings. So when I said that I have shared some story, 2 stories, and every day almost I have shared one story or 2 stories, you will find that each of you have heard the stories and then you have made the own meaning out of it. So for example, if I ask Alumani, what meaning did you make out of the wolf and lion story?
So, what way? You are not what you think you are. The cub thought that it was a wolf, but when it saw that there were other cubs who were roaring, it tried to roar as well and get food. So I think it resonated with me as like that, that if you are not what you think you are, then you know what you are, you just have to find out. Right. So even if you think you can either choose to be the wolf, you can think yourself to be the wolf and not change, or you can know that you are acting as a wolf, but you are actually a lion, no? Then you can be
Correct. Okay, great.
If you change your beliefs, you will be able to explore your identity.
Oh, that was for you.
That was fun.
Okay, great. So Milton model, so this is the Milton model style. Say for example, in Milton model we use deletions, right, as a vague language. In meta models, deletion is a meta model violation and we ask meta model questions to understand the meaning. Right?
Patuda, under filters, you did meta programs, then value beliefs এসেছিলেন করে value hierarchy করিয়েছে।
I think I did it better. I think I did it here.
Well, in detail we discussed later, but
Yes, here. Fine.
After lunch.
So is this good? Is this revision going good? Is this helping? Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah.
Ituki, is it helping you? To some extent? Okay, Pravina?
Yes, sir. It
It
is
is just a
helping me, sir.
revision.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. And now go through the recordings positively. So tomorrow we are ending 30th, 31st, 1st morning. Please go through, because when we join on 7 o'clock on 1st, that will really be helping you. On 1st, I will be covering Milton models. Tomorrow I will be revising and I will be completing, I will be touching up on anchoring, some of the coaching processes, structures, and also on reframing. Sorry, gestalt cycle and reframe. Okay, and then we covered the famous neurological levels. And we did an activity of neurological levels also today with Ranjana. And we also understood that limited beliefs, right, can have 3 shapes primarily. One is of helplessness, one is of hopelessness, and one is of worthlessness. Worthlessness primarily is I don't deserve this. These are the beliefs of excellence, some of the beliefs of excellence which we covered. There is no failure, only feedback. Mind and body are parts of the same system. One can impact the other. Map is not the territory. Language is the secondary representation of experience. The highest quality of information is behavior and sensory based. So you will have to calibrate through behavior and sensory based information. If one person can do it, everyone can do it. The effect of communication is in the response. So once you communicate, we think the communication is complete. One very, very important about proper communication is understanding whether your communication has been received in the same manner in which you wanted them to understand. Right? So communication, the effect of communication is in the response that you get. The positive self-worth of a person is kept constant. Right? Only the behavior is evaluated. So the behavior is what is important. The identity is left untouched. Okay? There is positive intention behind every action a person has. You have seen that today in Ranjana's case also. Right? Where her positive intention was something, and that is why the behavior was impacted. She was not wanting. Her subconscious was not allowing her to go to gym. People are broken. They make best use of their skills. People are not broken. They make best use of their skills. Right? So we say that this person is incomplete. This person is incomplete. This person is bad. They make best use of their skills. That is the best choice that they can make. It is probably a barrier in their lives more than that person. Then we spoke about values and beliefs. Right? So what are values? Values are standard criteria or judgment criteria. Right? And values hierarchy. So we elicited values. What are the three questions? What do you want? What is important about it? And then going on asking what is more important about it. Right? So beliefs are generalizations. Generalizations that drive our behavior. And any outcome that we want to, and how can we change behavior? Sorry, beliefs. We can change beliefs only if we want to change. And the outcomes are dependent on the possibility, capability, and the response of the outcome. What do you mean by response of the outcome? How will this outcome help us in the feed forward in the future? That is the response of the outcome.
Where this outcome will lead.
Yes. So when your meta observer said something yesterday,
Yes.
right? Whether it is possible, right? Whether it is possible for you, whether you are capable in doing it. What is the outcome? So probably out of these three, maybe you are judging this and this. Probably this has not brought into your judgment, which the meta observer was mentioning yesterday.
I am capable, but it is less possible, and the response will not be so good
Okay, fine. I don't know.
for others.
I don't know.
For me, it will be good, but for others, it will not be.
Fine. You have to find that out.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Fine. And then we have the beliefs, right? So meta model, we studied deletion, distortion, and generalization. The 12 deletions, distortions, and generalizations. We learned about it. Okay.
Yes.
Any questions about meta models? Then we had the drama triangle. Drama triangle. We learned about the drama triangle, right? So victim, persecutor, and rescuer. If you remember, there were two stories that I mentioned, and we learned drama triangle through the stories. And I also asked you that at this point of time, where you are playing victim roles. What is the victim role that you are playing at that point of time? Or which role are you playing? You might wish to find out so that you can watch. So what is a drama triangle? Drama triangle is also known as a discount triangle. Why? Because everyone is discounting everyone. The victim is being discounted by everyone, including himself. Right? So here, the victim, the person who is playing the role of a victim, they find their language is, they externalize issues. Oh, I cannot do anything. It is not in my reach. It is not in my capability. What will I do? They don't agree. The persecutor says he is not good for anything. The rescuer says, I will help him out. Poor him. So victim is discounting himself. Rescuer is discounting himself, the victim. The persecutor is also discounting the victim. Right? Then we learned about the circle of control, circle of influence, and circle of concern.
দাদা তারপরে Venus triangle করিয়েছিল
Venus triangle. This one.
তারপরে এসছে circular.
So we also learned about Venus triangle, which is the antidote of
Sir, 1 second, sir.
drama triangle, where the persecutor becomes the assertive person, the victims become the vulnerable who wants to learn, and he thinks that I am capable if I am taught. If I learn, I can do it. And the rescuer becomes the coach. And they think that the person is capable. And he can learn, and I will teach him.
Excuse me, sir. The rescuer protects the victim or discounts the victim?
They discount it, that's why they protect.
Okay.
Also, the rescuer always have a self-intention. There is any rescuer in the world that they do it for their own benefit. Please understand this. At a very subtle level, they might be showing that they are helping the victim, but they're actually for their own self-interest, they are doing it.
Okay.
Either for popularity, or for getting a good name, or for being projected, being recognized. There is some kind of self-interest that the rescuer has. And then we learned about the circle of control, influence, and concern. I will stop there, right? We will revise again tomorrow, where I think belief structure and that other things we will discuss tomorrow. So we'll pause here. So any questions that you want to discuss, or any comments or anything that you want to share? No?
So can
So
you
then-
say about double disassociation again, sir? I mean, which
Okay.
we saw today.
Okay, so what do you want to know about double dissociation? If you can ask me questions, then it will be helpful.
Okay. Actually, when we were doing the, activity, the person is in the projector room, seeing himself sitting in the, theater and watching the screen. So in the screen, the person is.
No. First don't go through the process. First, understand the concept of double dissociation.
Okay.
I told you about an incident yesterday about tarantulas. Right? You
Yes,
remember?
Yes, sir.
Andy's story of tarantulas.
Yes, sir.
So what is double dissociation? Double dissociation. So the association is when you are seeing yourself in the event. Double dissociation is when you are seeing yourself in the event. So that gives you a meta position observation of the entire thing. So in the double disassociation technique, the disassociation happens when the guy sits in the auditorium and looks at the screen. Double disassociation happens when the guy goes to the projector room, sees himself sitting in the auditorium and looking at the screen. So now what is your question?
Actually, the person is, in double dissociation, the person in the projector room sees the person himself watching the screen. And in the screen, is he watching the phobia which he's having? Or, and there in the, there we give him the, so there we just talk to him and make him come out of the phobia. Is that the thing, sir? Like,
no. So you did the session with whom? The practice session?
Ituki.
Ituki. Okay. So what did you do with Ituki?
Ituki said she has anxiousness when she's doing a speech.
One second, just hold on.
Speaking.
Okay, carry on, Pravina.
She said she feels anxious when she's doing public speaking, like presenting papers and all that. Okay, so what I did was I took her to the scene where she is going to present a paper, and she is very there are a lot of people in front of her, and she's getting ready to present the paper. And at that moment, she's feeling very anxious, and and then at that so it starts with a prayer song. So while she's anxious, she listens to the prayer song that is given by another contestant, and so that song relaxes her. And then after that, she presents her speech.
But where is double distance? Where is this? Where is the technique here?
I'm taking through her to one stage by stage, sir.
It's an imaginary state?
Imaginary state. She is watching this
so that
from
is
the
not
projector.
double disassociation.
Okay.
That is not double disassociation. That is visualization.
Okay. But she is watching that from the projector room.
Okay, fine. That is not double disassociation.
Okay.
Double disassociation is working on a phobia when it is created by certain incidents earlier. That is one thing. Secondly, what you are doing is, okay, that is also you can, but this is not double disassociation. That's not a double disassociation process for phobia cure. So what you have done is probably from the projector room, you have made her think that on the screen. So is it a film that she is being seen or the actual things that is happening?
Actually, she's from the projector room. She is seeing herself sitting on the seat and watching herself. Um, I mean, uh, experience the feelings when she's giving the speech. She is seeing herself on the screen.
Does she see herself in a film?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So she plays the projector. There is a spool, and she sees her.
Yes.
So is it a visualization?
Yeah,
No.
I mean. No.
That is not double disassociation. That is pure visualization.
Okay.
Double disassociation is when the phobia is cured by certain event, you play that event, and then you work on it. So double disassociation would be if she has a public speaking phobia. So this must have been a result of some event or experience which she had earlier. Or she must have heard something which creates this public speaking phobia. So when there is an event which has created this, so that has to be played on the screen at different speeds, and the event has to be started before the phobia started and should continue when she's safe after the public speaking is over. Right? So I would talk like this. So I'm just doing it a demo. So Ituki, okay, experience yourself now floating into the projector room, and you see there a spool written public speaking phobia of Ituki. Play that projector. Think of an event where you had this, or where an event which created this phobia in you. And now when you play this projector or the film, start it before she went onto the stage where she was safe, and end it after the, her program, 2 seconds after it when she was again safe. And as you are now playing, bring it back to the beginning just before the event started and play it in a black and white roll at 2x speed of the film. And while it goes and ends after the event, rewind it again at 3x speed to come to the beginning. It has to be done like that.
Okay.
So she sees her moving up and down, and that gets blurred, and this phobia, this imagination actually is worked on.
Okay.
So go through my recording, go through the recording which I did with Abhishek, and see what I did.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Good. Okay, so we start tomorrow at 9:30 because 9:15 no one comes. So 9:30 is okay. So I will be here at 9:30. Pravina for sure joins. Shorna joins. No, Pravina did not join today. Shorna joins, but Shorna goes somewhere. After joining, she goes somewhere. Then I cannot find her.
দাদা আজকে আমি মানে বাচ্চাদের নিয়ে খুব ঝামেলার মধ্যে ছিলাম। ওই পিচ্চিটা
আচ্ছা।
হচ্ছে ও গিজারে গরম পানি দেওয়া ছিল, ও নিজেই ট্যাপ ছেড়ে হাত দিছে। একে তো হচ্ছে এই মানে র্যাশ নিয়ে আমি খুব ঝামেলার মধ্যে আছি, তারপরে যা আবার একটার পর একটা ইনসিডেন্ট আছে।
ওকে ওকে ওকে, ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, টেক কেয়ার টেক কেয়ার টেক কেয়ার। বাচ্চা ভালো আছে তো? দ্য চাইল্ড ইজ ওকে নাও, বেটার নাও স্বর্ণা?
বড়টা আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ঠিক আছে, ওটা র্যাশ সব ড্রাই হয়ে যাচ্ছে। ছোটটার আবার নতুন করে কালকে থেকে আবার উঠতেছে, মানে আগের গুলো তো ড্রাই হয়ে গিয়েছে, নতুন করে আবার পা দিয়ে
No,
শুরু
no, take care of her. Take care, huh? But I really appreciate your endeavor, right? That you are sitting in front. So please, as a mother, I can understand, I mean, as a mother, what you are feeling, right? So take care of yourself.
জি দাদা।
Okay?
জি জি।
Thank you. Tomorrow 9:30. ये था आज तक, इंतजार कीजिए कल तक. चलो, bye.
Bye, sir.